It's time for Birdman on the Mountain Community Shout. I've got a red shirt on. You're probably wondering you've never seen that. So that's because I'm recording on a Friday, and next week I'm gone for SHOT Show, so the normal Tuesday recording isn't going to happen, and this will show on Thursday. So that's what's going on, and hope everybody's having fun out there. I don't know what the weather is, so I can't talk about it. But anyways, I've got in studio with me, we're starting off with Washington Federal. I got two wonderful ladies. I got Pam, and I have Jeanette. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
So, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we were just talking about their fun with driveways and stuff. So everybody knows. So anyway, so you guys have something that you're doing. You mentioned it yesterday at the White Mountain Business Owners Roundtable when I was at that. And it wasn't yesterday. It was Wednesday, but I get all days confused.
It's Friday. We're allowed to do that.
Cool. So tell me what's going on.
Well, there are over 400,000 people in the United States that are affected by the government shutdown, meaning that there are 400,000 people that are not getting paychecks at this time. There's no way to buy food, there's no way to pay their mortgage, make their rent, car payment, etc. Washington Federal has stepped up to the plate and is offering a zero interest 90-day loan.
Okay.
To these. It's actually up and beyond that because it can be extended up to 10 years. But there's no interest for 90 days. There's no loan fees.
Okay.
So
and that's kind of important to know because usually when you have a loan, there's like a certain amount of, there's like anywhere up to, depending on the loan amount,
correct,
a couple $100, maybe $1,000 or more. And this is going to help them basically pay their bills and live.
Yes,
it's not to go out and buy like a new remodeling for their house, but it's to pay the bills and be able to live.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what are the conditions of it? What do they have to provide to you to get the deal?
It's really pretty minimal. They need to come or call and make an appointment at the bank and bring, of course, photo ID, government ID if they have it, or some kind of proof that they work for the government. Either a FARO letter. And or last two paychecks, one that would show a zero balance that they didn't get any pay. From there, we just fill out an application, submit it to underwriting, open up an account, and it's funded within 24 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay,
yes.
So that's instantaneous. We're not talking about a week or waiting a couple weeks or anything like that.
No. Initially, we try to have everybody approved and funded within a 3-hour window because we've gotten such an overwhelming response, and there's so many people that have been affected by this. We're getting a lot of applications, so its turnaround is now 24 hours. So
that's good. And have you seen people? You've already seen people come in to take benefit of this. Okay.
Absolutely.
Good.
Which you would be surprised how many people in our community are affected, and it's very humbling, and it's an honor to be able to have them come in and fill out an application, because these people they have nowhere to go. They're like, we had no idea. We're here today to try and get that out in the community, to say, yes, there is help there. Washington Federal is providing, some relief. After 90 days, there is an interest. The interest is 5%, which 5% on a personal loan is very reasonable. So if, for example, they were able to go back to work next year, next month or whatever.
Hopefully sooner than next year. If it's next year, wow, it'll be very interesting.
But this is up to 12 pay periods. So it can, let's say that they come back in a month, they're back to work, they can either pay off the loan or they can continue making payments.
Yeah, so hopefully when they stop having temper tantrums on both sides over there in the
We have no control over
yeah,
that.
out there in D.C. Yeah, we don't know what you're doing in D.C., but when you guys figure out what you're going to do and get back to work, then maybe these people can get paid for the work that they're doing.
Exactly.
So, yeah, this is an awesome deal.
Yes,
So,
here's a flyer that we have so that if you know of anybody or any organization that, is being affected by it, please reach out to them. We can send them flyers. We will set up appointments. We've been also authorized overtime.
and I tell you what, if you can't get into the bank, because you're going to have to go into the bank, if you can't get into the bank, post something up on this. We'll see if we can connect you with somebody that can get you a ride in. We'll get you a ride in. I'm sure we can get somebody to get you a ride in. So
Yes, if you're, if you are working without a paycheck and you're on a time scale where you can't leave, we've been authorized overtime for, after hours in the bank, after 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. tonight. Even on Saturday, we can make arrangements
Wow.
to
So just
meet
call
with
in,
you. Yep.
get with you.
Absolutely.
They can even get the process started online. They can
Awesome.
get the application going there.
Very good. So, Jeanette, Pam, thank you very much
Thank
for your time.
you.
Appreciate that. And thanks to Washington Federal for doing this. And, have a great day.
You too.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, still hanging out here in the studio. And now with me, I've got Michelle Martinez. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So you're in the new position there at the chamber.
Yes.
You're now
Yes,
the
I
director of the chamber, hanging out day to day. And anybody that wants to come volunteer to help out at the chamber, she needs some help. So stop by and say hey. And we were just talking before we started, younger people would be good too.
Definitely.
You could learn a lot. Anyways,
And there's a lot to learn from them.
You've changed around some of the events
Yes.
and what's going on a little bit.
Yes.
Start off with that new one, which is kind of cool.
So our new event is going to be the Wind Down Wednesdays. So every Wednesday we're going to go to a different restaurant, bar, and just informally network with our members or whoever would like to come and
Cool.
meet the staff of the chamber.
Okay, and you're not paying for drinks, you're not paying for anything. It's just you're getting everybody to come to the
Yes,
area.
yes.
Awesome.
And they buy their own, whatever they would like.
Yep.
Some stay later and have dinner and meet people to network with.
Awesome idea. That's
Yep.
great. And right in the middle of hump day, so
Yes.
it gets you going
Yes.
through the rest of the week.
Yes, just to come wind down and
Awesome. Okay. You've made some changes to a long-standing event.
yes, the Perk Up is now called the Chamber Connection.
Okay.
And we are going to alternate between lunch and breakfast every other month. So that way we can reach a wider
Well,
market
for those
of
who
our
can't
members.
make breakfast, is like if you couldn't make a breakfast, that's always been a thing.
Right.
Well, I can't do a breakfast, or if I
Right.
can't do a lunch, then
Right.
yeah. So
Right.
now
So you can alternate.
you can at least make 6 out of
Yes.
12. Awesome. Cool.
Absolutely.
And the first one's going to be where?
At El Rancho,
Okay.
January 25th at noon.
And that's going to be a lunch. Awesome.
It's going to be a lunch.
Cool. Okay. Next up.
And then, so this year, New Year's Eve was a little rough for our businesses with all the snow we got.
Well, it was
thank
rough and it was good because we
Right.
wanted the snow, but
Right.
we also had to look at wow.
goodness. Right. So we are doing a Chinese New Year
Awesome.
party at the lodge. It will be February 1st.
And do you know what the year is? Is it the year of the
The pig.
The pig.
The year of the pig.
Year of the pig.
It's the year of the pig.
Cool.
So
I like bacon.
yeah, we will have appetizers. There will be a band, Fat Chance, from 6 to 9.
Okay.
And then we will have a DJ from 9 to close.
Very awesome.
Yep.
Okay. And then you've got one event. This I heard this the other night. This is kind of cool. I can't go. You can go. I can't go. I'm not allowed.
Right.
It's
Find Your Valentine Singles Night.
nice.
It'll be February 9th. It'll start at 6. Location is still to be determined.
Okay. Very cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So and I kind of like that because then it's like a no pressure mix mingler
Right.
kind of thing, and then
Right.
maybe you end up with a Valentine, maybe you don't, but no pressure, right?
Right. And then you can go out afterwards.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
How's everything else been going?
It's going
running
good.
around?
Yeah, it's been going good.
You're starting to get your head up. I notice now and starting to understand the
Starting
players
to
in the
meet.
marketplace.
Right, absolutely. Starting to meet everyone and building relationships.
Cool. And then you've got a very cool thing going on up there with that plaza just got repaved, and they're going to be doing improvements there where
Yes.
the McDonald's and the KFC
Yes.
is and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. And Safeway, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
cool.
Yes, we're working with them, trying to figure out how to do events there.
Awesome. Well, we'll
So-
get you to come back in and talk more about the singles
Yes.
night when that's going on.
Perfect.
Once again, Michelle Martinez with the Pinetop Lakeside Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you.
Okay, still hanging out here in the studio, and with me now I have Mr. Kirk Webb with the Timber Mesa Fire and Medical District. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks.
And I've been seeing you guys running around a lot. You've been busy.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. It's not slowing down any.
No, not at all.
Used to slow down in the wintertime, but no. But we've been getting snow. That's kind of cool.
Snow's been good, and we got the right kind of snow the other day, didn't we?
Some wet, heavy.
That wet, heavy snow that actually bends the grass over.
Yeah.
So we need about, 2, 3, 4, 16 more of those?
Sure. and honestly, I'd be fine if it's clear up on top of the mountain.
Okay.
That's where the most beneficial is.
Okay.
When it gets up there, you get that freeze thaw, real gradual melting.
Oh, okay.
And then it fills the reservoirs. It lasts longer throughout the year. So I'm okay with that. Let it go up there. Get a little bit more down here maybe. But.
Cool. So we had some things happen, and we unfortunately had a fatality in a fire. Correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. So tell me what was going on there.
So we get called late at night, and don't know a whole lot of the details of what happened at the house and stuff, but it took us a few days to actually find because of this how much fire damage was done to the mobile home with the little like an Arizona room on the side.
Right.
So we had to do a lot of hand digging, and just because the roof was not completely stable and safe, and so we were hampered by a lot of different things. But once we did finally find where the person that was inside the structure, that she was within 3 feet of the doorway, which is unfortunately that's kind of what happens. And it appeared like she was carrying one of her pets out, and that's one thing we tell people: just get out yourself. Take care of yourself first. You can't help anybody or even your pets.
Yeah.
And I know that they become like family. They are family.
They are family. Yeah. There's no doubt about people treating animals like family. So
maybe that's one reason why I don't have pets.
Yeah.
So.
And if it's not locked in a cage, typically they can get out.
Right.
And
they find ways out.
Especially if you leave, they're more apt to get the heck away from danger.
Right.
So.
In fact, the other one was right behind her in the hallway.
Oh, wow. So it was waiting for her.
Yeah, and we're still waiting for reports, but most people that die in home fires, any kind of fire actually, is they succumb to the inhalation and the smoke, and it's not the burning, the fire that actually gets to them. It's the smoke. And that's why it's so important to have working, updated smoke alarms.
Right.
It's amazing. I think the statistics are, you are 80% more likely to survive a home fire with a working smoke alarm. Just as simple, and you can get those as little as $5-10 a piece.
Right.
So if that's, what's your life worth?
Right.
So, and when you hear those go off, you treat it as a real thing. Don't. I'll just shut it off. There's nothing going on.
Sometimes it's cooking, but realize that's letting you know that's not good.
Exactly, yeah. So, but, and that's why those devices have been created, because of situations such as this, and even having sprinklers in your home. Could that have made a huge difference in this? I know a lot of contractors and other people they shy away from the thought of having residential sprinklers,
right.
But honestly, I've got a little side-by-side burn demo that I've created. There's a bunch of these throughout the United States, and I can set it up to where I have room and contents fire, and I get the same kind of identical type contents. One room has a sprinkler head, just a single sprinkler head, and the other one does not. And I'll light them on fire, one at a time, and it's amazing.
How quickly one gets handled and the other one just goes.
And the other one, and how quickly that fire can grow, and new products that are being made, furniture and things like that. The toxicity that comes off of those as they're burning is tremendous compared to old furniture that was built back in the older days. So all the plastics and everything creates that formaldehydes and different things.
Yeah.
All those different kinds of hides.
So one final thing before you
Sure.
go, traffic. let's just chill out, huh? And when it ices, first of all, ADOT, I gotta say, has done a phenomenal job on the new stuff that they spray down on the road. Wow, does it work well?
But even still, you get those, like with the last couple of storms that we've had, it comes down hard and fast, and it builds up, and it is slick. And in fact, I was coming back from Phoenix area through the by way of Globe, and people were stopping in the middle of the roadway, and it's like, I don't know what the heck they're doing, but it's like, if you just stay gradual and just take it easy, like you say, chill,
And the other thing is if somebody's off the side of the road and their lights are flashing, and it doesn't matter if it's a regular car or if it's a police car, slow down and move over.
Right.
Get away from them. Don't just slow down to go. Move over. Get away from them. We almost had an officer get run over.
Well, and we had a tow truck driver that got hit.
Oh, wow.
And so absolutely, watch out. Those flashing lights are for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's, hopefully you can, if you're paying attention and you see them early enough, you can gradually get your way into the opposite lane.
Cool.
So to keep them safe, keep our people safe, all of our public service workers.
So once again, Kirk Webb with the Timber Mesa Fire Medical and District and Fire and Medical District. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Hey, absolutely. Thanks for letting me come in.
Cool. Okay, still hanging out here, and we're going to transition from the fire department or the fire district straight over to Firehouse Subs. Got Michelle with me. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So I've been stopping in lately and getting the new the Cajun chicken.
Yes,
Holy
that
crap.
was actually introduced to celebrate Firehouse Sub's 25th year.
25th year.
Of being open, yes. It is an awesome sub. It has a house-made Cajun mayo. It has a Cajun chicken that goes on it in strips. It's our new chicken that we've introduced. It also has zesty cherry peppers on it, and it's an awesome sub if you like a little bit of spice.
Good. The engineer has been my favorite, and this thing's really kind of taken its place here. We'll see if the engineer can fight its way back into. But it's really, and a lot of people agree. I put it up on Instagram, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, love it."
Yeah, it's a great sub.
So good for that. Now you've had a radio ad, and I've heard it like a half a dozen times. And it talks about the fact that you make donations, and it was funny because they said 0.03% or something.
Yeah.
And you're going to make at least it's a pretty big company, Firehouse Subs.
Yes,
I didn't even realize, because I'm like going, wait, whoa. At least $1 million, and it's only 0.0. It's amazing what little contributions. So when you go in there, and if you round up, they take that money and they put it into a fund.
Exactly.
Okay. And, one of the reasons was this is a local show. It's about local stuff and everything. Firehouse Subs is a really national chain, but you do things here locally. And
Correct.
you really directly do things. So can you tell me a little bit about some of that?
I can. For those, who aren't familiar with, the Public Safety Foundation with Firehouse Subs, it was established in 2005 by our co-founders, Chris and Robin Sorensen. They are brothers who are firefighters. They started this in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. They went down to Burlington, Mississippi to help feed first responders, and they saw this great need because being former firefighters, themselves, they decided to start this foundation. And they know that there's a great need, for our public, our first responders needing, funds. So it is an awesome program. We could not do it without our customers. Our customers are the ones that basically help fund this.
Yeah.
You can do it in several different ways. We have a foundation box right at the register. You can drop your loose change in there. And we've had some very generous donations, especially through the holidays. I mean, we had somebody who put in a $20 bill. We've had $10 bills.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's just great. It just almost brings tears to my eyes to see the generosity, of people. Another way you can do it is through the roundup. You can round up to the nearest dollar. You can round up more than that, if you want to. And you also can purchase our pickle buckets.
No, no, they don't exist. I don't think the pickle buckets exist. You say they exist, but
They,
yeah.
they go very, very fast. I mean, seriously, as soon as we put them out, within probably 10, 15 minutes,
Yeah.
someone has nabbed one up. So,
I
and they're
almost wanna
very
buy one ahead of
stylish. They're very stylish. They're very nice. They're bright red, and you can't get those any cheaper anyplace else. You
Right.
know, so
Right.
you know, we do that, and you can use them for a variety of things. You know, we get people use them to put their tools in, and I have one on my back porch, and I use it for planting. You know, I plant herbs and stuff in the summertime.
One of these days,
so.
maybe I'll get one. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to get somebody to call me from. Hey, think there's one here.
So those are just ways. You know, for since 2005. Firehouse Subs, you know, through the generosity of the customers, has raised over $40 million.
$40 million.
That is
Wow.
from the United States, Puerto Rico, Canada, because we have restaurants, you know, in those areas too. For the last quarter, 120 grant awards were given out, and that amount to about 2.2 million.
Okay.
And of that 2.2 million, in the state of Arizona, over 234,000 stayed in the state of Arizona
Awesome.
to help our public, you know, responders. I'm trying to think.
How about locally?
Locally,
what I know there
well,
was some things over in
Yeah, locally, for the last quarter, what we did was for Eager Police Department.
Okay.
They received a $4,900 grant request.
Very good.
And that was to do 6 body armor carriers with their rifle plates and the 6 ballistic helmets for them.
Good.
And then we also did the Eager Fire Department for 20 firefighter helmets, which was about $500 or $5,000, you know, $500.
Yeah,
So that is really great. And probably what I'm really excited about is that for this quarter, we just did a grant donation request for the Timber Mesa.
For Timber
Fire
Mesa Fire,
Department. Yes.
who Kirk was just here.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
right.
was. Yeah, we talked about that.
Good. Awesome.
So, you know, we're really excited about that. They are receiving 5 Altair gas detectors.
Oh, good.
And that actually amounts to $14,000. So we're just really pleased, you know,
Well,
that
you
is
know,
happening for them.
Thanks for everything you do at Firehouse Subs, and thanks for having great sandwiches.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Once again, Michelle with Firehouse Subs. It's right down there in the Home Depot area, like
Yeah.
between Home Depot and Walmart.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Still hanging out here, and now we're going to switch over to something that's fun and educational, I think. Yes.
Yes.
So I've got with me Darius Gibbons. How are you?
I am wonderful this morning. How are you, sir?
Good. Now, you do a ton of different things, but today we're going to talk about one of the coolest things you do up here, and that is...
We give away money.
Oh, well, yeah,
but
medieval money.
what we do is scholarships, and one of the ways that we get the money for those is we do events. Medieval Mayhem Renaissance Fair is our biggest, longest, oldest event that we do.
So tell us a little bit about it to start.
To start, well, it was actually inspired by the big fair down in the valley, the Arizona Renaissance Festival, and we couldn't go for a few years. I had the opportunity at a place that I worked to, we were trying to do promotions for that business, and my husband's idea was, hey, let's do a Renaissance fair. And I said, all right. And so here we are 12 years later, still doing it.
Very good.
So
Awesome. So, and that's a lot of fun, and that's held when is it again?
it's always the weekend after the 4th of July. This year our dates are going to be July 12th through the 14th.
Very good. Awesome. So during that, you raise money, and
Yes.
instead of just taking it and pocketing it,
Right.
you actually take some of it and you put it into a scholarship fund.
Correct.
Okay.
That is one of the things that my husband and I have always felt very strongly about is education is very important. And so we developed a scholarship fund, and we finally have enough in the bank to where we can actually give some away this year for the first time.
Awesome. Cool.
So
what are the parameters? What are the parameters for somebody to get the scholarship, or what are they applying for?
what our parameters are is a little bit different than most scholarships. We actually have an application on our website that involves filling out a form, doing a little bit of essay work, and telling us what your passion is. What art do you do? Is it cooking? Is it metal art? Is it engineering art? So STEM also plays a part in this. And how you need to come up with a project that's era-based.
So if I'm right, then, if I understand that correctly, it doesn't have to be a scholarship for a college. It could actually be a scholarship for technical school or something like that.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, good. Awesome.
And the funds are used, they go directly to the student. So they can use it for whatever gap that those funds can fill.
Cool.
So it doesn't have to go to tuition. It can go to books or whatever they need. But we want it era-based. So you've got 1,000 years of history to choose from.
There you go.
Something from medieval times through the Renaissance. Da Vinci is a good inspiration. And as far as some of the sciences and how those apply. And come up with a project and submit either pictures, videos, a multimedia presentation, and upload it to our website. We'll go through it. We'll pick our favorites, and then the winners of that section will go on to present before a live panel.
Pretty cool. Awesome. Send the information into, we'll put this up as well.
Yes, it takes a visual aid. Mahaff is a little tough to pronounce, but it is.
We'll put that down below as well.
Medieval Mayhem Historical Arts Foundation.com, and you can go straight to the application page there, or you can find us through azmayhem.com on our nonprofits page, and you can get to the application that way on the Mahaff website.
Awesome. There's Gibbons. Appreciate your time with Medieval Mayhem Scholarship.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Hey, that's going to be it for this edition of the Community Shout here in Birdman on the Mountain. I'm, thankful for all of those viewers out there on WMI TV, also Sholo TV, and of course everybody watching and listening on the Birdman Media Network. Hey, I'm Birdman, and like I say, if I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web.